Let me talk a little bit about how you can make money with AI. First of all, maybe you don't believe that you can make money or more money than you're currently making with artificial intelligence. So let's take a look at it from first principles. AI today, and it's just going to improve because $1 billion is being invested into AI every day. AI can do things faster, better, cheaper. So anyone will readily understand that if you can do things faster, better, or cheaper, you're going to win. This is your unfair competitive advantage. But the crucial question is, what exactly are you going to do faster, better, cheaper, and more reliably? And by reliably, by the way, I mean that an AI can do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Human beings cannot be that reliable. Human beings work like 8 hours per day. And even then, studies have shown that we are productive only 3 hours out of 8 hours, right? So we work 3 hours per day and we work 5 days a week. And that's not reliability. Reliability is like Amazon, it's up and running 24 hours a day. So AI is more reliable in that sense. It's also more reliable in a sense that it's not emotional. Human beings are very emotional, they take everything personally. So that's reliability. But there's also faster, better, and cheaper. So, like I said, the crucial question is, what exactly is the thing that you're going to use AI for in order to do it better, faster, more reliably, and cheaper? Is it teaching? Is it consulting? Is it coaching? Is it training? Is it writing? Is it programming a website? What is it? So I think the easiest way, it's not the only way, and it's probably not the best way, for people to make money from AI is to look at what you're currently doing. What is the value that you're creating? How are you creating that value? What is the process, the method that you're using to create value? Now, once you understand exactly what value you're doing, in other words, why is the employer paying you? Why are your clients paying you? Once you understand exactly the value and the process for creating that value, then you can use AI to do it faster, to do it better, to do it cheaper, and to do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, for example, if you're a graphic designer and you're a freelance designer, so it's not just the graphic design, you have to go out there and get clients. So currently, how are you getting clients? Are you giving like webinars where you explain your services? Are you offering a free consultation? Whatever it is you're doing in terms of marketing, you have to use AI to do it faster, better, cheaper, and more reliably. Same thing with the graphic design itself. I used to be the owner of a graphic design firm, and one of the things that we did to charge like $5,000 to $10,000 for a corporate identity is that I would talk to the executive team. I would help them to clarify their values, what is their mission, what is their identity. And that has nothing to do with design. It's about branding, it's about strategy, etc. And so if I were still running that graphic design firm, I would try to use AI to automate that process of eliciting from the executives of a client company the values, the mission, the image they want to project, their identity, their culture, etc. And that could be done by AI better, faster, cheaper, and more reliably. And also, of course, I can use AI to create software that will enable me to do that process faster, better, cheaper. So this is just one example. In your case, it could be copywriting, it could be writing a business plan for clients, it could be doing market research, it could be, you go to the Fiverr marketplace and all of the freelance services that those people are offering, a lot of them can be automated. So those freelancers can look at their workflow and they can try to automate as much as possible. It's difficult to automate everything that you're doing for the client or for the employer, but you can automate a lot of it. Could be 20%, 30%, 60%, etc. And I've done this before, by the way, not using AI, but using software and macros. I did this when I was 16. I was in the 1980s. So it is possible to look at your work explicitly, like you draw in a diagram exactly what it is that you're doing that creates value, that adds value, and you can use software or artificial intelligence to automate. And so that's probably the easiest way, the low-hanging fruit, if you will. You look at what you're currently doing and you figure out how software or AI can help you to do it faster, better, cheaper. Now, it happened to me like at least twice in the 1980s and 1990s where I was able to automate certain tasks, and I wasn't paid more, but I was very smart. I automated the task and I took time off. I didn't work. The computer was doing the scanning and the optical character recognition. In other words, it scans the document and I don't have to type it because it recognizes the character. It was a software called OmniPage by Ray Kurzweil. He invented the OCR software, optical character recognition. In another instance, I was a 16-year-old student doing data entry, and I used the WordPerfect macros to automate certain tasks. So, I finished my quota before noon, so I had the afternoon off. So it's a little bit like doubling my hourly wages. So my point is that, if you're ambitious, if you want to make money, if you want to be faster, better, cheaper than most of your friends on Facebook and LinkedIn, and I guarantee you most people don't know what's going on in AI, they don't understand it, and they're not doing anything. So you could be the one person out of your Facebook network who's actually learning how to do things faster, better, cheaper, and more reliably with AI, and you're gonna make 10 times more money than your friends. Not to judge them, but they are making a huge mistake by ignoring AI. AI is something everyone should be obsessed about because it's bigger than Bitcoin. It's bigger than the internet, in the sense that the internet has been around since the 1990s, but it's not making money for people. AI can actually work and make money for you. It's an active agent. The internet is just a network. The personal computer also very powerful for programmers, but it's not making money for most people. And so, from first principles, now you understand that AI and all the software that AI can create for you through Replit, Bolt, Lovable, Base44, AI and software can do things faster, better, cheaper. You just have to figure out exactly what is the task, what are the tasks that you're currently doing that AI can do faster, better, cheaper, and more reliably. Now, alternatively, you can get into an entirely new game. So for example, this is a very extreme scenario, but let's say that you're a janitor, okay? And there's no way to use AI to help you to do things faster. I mean, if you have to clean up a classroom, if you have to, use the mop or repair something, you can't use AI to do that. So you're a janitor or you're a massage therapist and you're physically tired of giving massages, then you can use AI to create software programs, ebooks, video courses, something that is entirely different from your current line of work, from your current job, from your current career. It's something that is radically different, that is more knowledge-oriented, that is more online, that is more digital, and that is quite viable too. It's called pivoting. You're pivoting to a new, I wouldn't say career, it's more like a business. And that's for people who are sick and tired of their current business, or maybe their current job. Maybe their current job pays well and they're okay with it, but they have ideas on how to make more money from AI, how to create an online business, how to create digital products. That is quite viable. But you got to be motivated. AI is not an ATM, automated teller machine that prints money for you. You got to put in the effort. You got to use your imagination. But the effort we're talking about here is not intellectual effort. It's more like your imagination. You've got to be a little bit crazy. You've got to let go of your insistence that reality works in a certain way. In other words, stop thinking about what is and think about what if. What if you do this? What if you do that? What if you could do this? What if you could deliver this kind of value, this kind of product to your customers all over the world? That's really, I think, the challenge of most people. That's the constraint. That's the limit. It's not the intelligence, because AI is getting smarter and smarter. It's your belief system. It's your self-limiting belief system and definitions. So you got to change that.